Hello, hello. This is Jana Hancock with the Feel Good, Get Tough podcast. Feel Good, Get Tough, episode 13, Counterfeit Scams. Last episode, we talked about taking your power back. At the end of today's episode, I'm giving away something free to every listener on this podcast. So make sure you listen to the end so that you know how you can get your free gift. I would like to take just a moment today to thank Anchor for hosting my podcast today. And if any of you would like to have Anchor host your podcast, it's free. They've got a great app with creation tools that allow you to edit your podcast, and they distribute your podcast for you. So just download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. This year has been not anything like we've ever seen before. And whenever there's a crisis or a pandemic, you better believe scammers are going to definitely take advantage. So today we're talking about counterfeit scams. You know, there are so many things out there that are made to look real. And that's something that we need to be able to distinguish real from not real. Meaning, what is counterfeit versus real. I'm going to tell you how you can protect yourself and how you can prevent yourself from being a victim of a scam. Millions of Americans every year fall prey to some of these counterfeit scams. And what I'm talking about are some of the scams that impersonate the federal government. And how sneaky some of these people can really be. I was on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and I had a close friend, or what I thought was a close friend, send me a message. And, I asked her, well, if you really need help with this problem, let's talk, not just message back and forth. And so, I thought it was odd when I called her and it went directly to voicemail and she didn't pick up, but she kept messaging me. And I thought, this is interesting. And then come to find out, the next day I talked to my friend and she had no idea what I was talking about on the messages. And that's when it dawned on me that, oh, somebody hacked into her account and was trying to extort information. And then come to find out, this person that was impersonating my friend, she had shared my contact information with someone else who was impersonating a government official, saying that they were from the SBA business loan office. Anyway, they went as far as cloning the federal government website and cloning emails, official emails to look like the website. But as soon as I discovered it was fake, you better believe I reported it to the FTC as well as the FBI. Given the fact that I talked to the real friend, and this could have been so much worse, and there are so many scams out there, and you've got to protect yourself. You've got to be careful of these scams, and don't give out any personal information. And I thought that was just, a weird situation that happened on Facebook. You can get to the FBI website at fbi.gov, G-O-V, and also Federal Trade Commission, which is ftc.gov. And Also, there is USA.gov that will also tell you about all of the different scams going on. I'm just relating to you what I have personally seen and how you can protect yourself. And with some of these coronavirus scams, you know, people are selling kits to test at home. Well, you know what? They really don't exist. Who knows what you're getting if you actually get something? Um, and it's a way to have you hand over your personal information. And that's exactly what these scammers are doing, is they're trying to get your personal information in a unique way, other ways that haven't been done. And so they're taking advantage of the coronavirus crisis and scam right now. And scammers will take advantage any way they can. And so that's why I want you to be on the lookout for some of these counterfeit scams, because, who knows where this money is going to. And then there also beware of cryptocurrency scams as well. And there's a few of those out there. There's ways that you can cash in. And I found this out recently, where there's ways you can cash in gift cards for cryptocurrency. And once you cash it in, who knows where that cryptocurrency really is? It's gone. And it's really hard to trace if you get involved in the cryptocurrency. So, my advice is don't do it unless if you really know exactly where your money's going, and make sure that you're going to be safe. But also, my suggestion to you is back up computer files on a regular basis. Keep a guard on who you give your cell phone number to, and keep a guard on who's texting you, who's calling you, and report any suspicious activity. And even text message scams. I've gotten really tired of a few text messages I have had recently in the last month. They've been sexually explicit kind of text messages. I hope you guys out there are not getting those, but if you are, you can report those to the Federal Trade Commission. And I have done that. So, and then also, if you do see any suspicious activity on your credit reports, find anything that is not yours. It's really it's really easy to take care of it and get it off of your credit report. But one of the things you can do, if you suspect that somebody is stealing your identity, then lock your credit files. And one way to do that is go to the there's different websites where you can go to the credit bureaus and lock your personal credit file. There's Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. So all three of those you can lock your credit file. And again, I will leave the links at the end of this podcast so you can go and do that. Anyway, please protect yourselves and beware of all of the scams out there, because there's so many different ways that people want to take advantage. And I myself have been taken advantage in a former bank fraud scam where, the bank was actually seized by the FDIC. The bank ended up owing me a lot of money, but I never got paid. So, beware. And it's not the bank itself, but it's people that work within the organization is really who got caught. And, you've got to beware and protect yourself. And, with the crisis that happened in '08, I've been very leery of banks ever since. And you just have to be careful what you're signing, documents you're signing, loans, interest rates. Really, whenever you're doing something, always read the fine print. And if you don't know what something means, take a moment to think about it or consult an expert. Today's sponsor is brought to you by The Attorney's Guide to Credit Repair. This is a book written by David Shapiro. This is a whole program set up so that you can repair your own credit and dispute any debts and get things taken off of your credit report. So this book is on sale today for $37. The regular retail price is $67. So I will put a link at the end of this podcast so you can pick up your copy today. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast today and staying with me till the end. So the free gift that I have for you all today is an online webinar. And this webinar is one that can help you to protect yourself and your family against fraud and theft. Okay, so it's going to give you even more detailed information than what I've given you in this podcast. And you'll also be emailed some free downloadable material on different ways that you can protect yourself. So in order to get that, all you need to do is send me an email to feelgoodandgettough@gmail.com. And in the subject line, put Counterfeit Scams, because that's the title of our podcast today, Counterfeit Scams. You will get a link to attend the webinar that will be online and free for you this week. Okay, so thank you so much for listening and have a great day. Thank you for listening to the Feel Good and Get Tough podcast. If you liked my podcast, make sure you rate it and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss another episode. You can also connect with us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, or visit our website at feelgoodandgettough.com.